What's up everybody and welcome back. I'm Prime, and today I'm going to be going over sniping castles. It's something I do a lot of, and there's a lot at play here. So the first thing is check with your team, your officers, and see what you're allowed to be hitting. So for me, we're in a big alliance currently, and so I have to run it through a line chat bot and see if they're allies or enemies first. If they're enemies, I can hit them. There's a few exceptions of people we have hit in the past and gotten to big issues with and just prefer to avoid it for the time being, because their levels are, most active players are higher level than us, so we just avoid that. But if they're someone that's not an ally, then you go ahead and hit them as long as your officers say that that's fine for you guys. So I like to park nearby. I usually go with a sieger. Really what you're looking for is going to be lower level taunters, destroyers, or siegers. Trappers, you can still hit them fine with a sieger, but it's just not going to be quite as awesome, but usually pretty good. So I like to park it nearby, make that my home. I'm only going to hit this castle once, and this castle isn't a castle I'd normally hit. I just want to show you how it works. So you see the access is right here in no man's land. It's going to be, so they're 100%. You'll see that right there, 100% glory. Some are worse. I don't know if there's worse ones around here, but I'm not going to keep looking. But yeah, it goes down pretty far. I try not to attack below like 80%. 80% I'll do if they've got some really good stuff going. But this is not a team I would normally hit because they don't do anything stupid. So the first thing is the taunters. So you have to hit taunters unless you have more troops at them. So in order for me to pick whoever I want to hit, I would have to go to load up 6,100 troops. Now I'm not going to do that, so I just have to look at the other taunters and I can choose one of them. So I'm choosing this level 300 taunter. He's at 5,000 troops. Not too difficult, I assume. I usually can get through 300s pretty quick. Obviously, it depends on the bases. There's some pretty high defense power 300s out there and some pretty low ones. So if I was actually concerned, I would actually go in normal game and check their base, but I'm not concerned. So I'm just going to go over here. And like I said, I picked this guy. He's only got 5,000 troops. It's not a big deal, and they won't be too upset about it. So I've loaded up 2,100 troops because I'm on attack, and my attack power is higher with my sieger than the taunter's defense, so I won't need that many troops to get 5,000 troops down. We're going to go in. So it's something to note. You don't really want to telegraph it. If you are going to this from far away, you'd want to go park over here so they don't see your line going right to their access. Alright, we're going to go in. It'll say you're going to be delayed, and that's fine. If they are looking for you, you can sometimes get trapped before you actually even attack them. That's pretty terrible. Alright, so we're going to go in and hit this guy. Hopefully this base isn't super strong. 2.1 billion, actually stronger than I would have guessed. Going to bring Death Gaze because I don't want to do a ton of passes in Atlas, so that I can have this attack count before they start hitting me. And hopefully no defenders. It's always easier with no defenders. Although don't choose a base hoping for no defenders. I mean, well, you can hope for no defenders, but don't choose a base and just assume they won't have defenders and you can take it without defenders, because a lot of times Atlas attacks you will see defenders. At least that's been my experience. And you want to go very fast because they will hit you while you're hitting them. Now, Hausen gets a bad rap for being slow. I haven't had any problems with attacking with him in Atlas. I've attacked a lot actually with him in Atlas and haven't had any issues, but I know some people say he's too slow, but it's not too bad for me. Okay. I'm going to try not to take too much time here. Okay. Had to use another death gaze there than I wanted. That's just fine. Like I said, I'm just trying not to take forever. I'm going to take a little bit of time. Okay. That down. All right. So I think this will be fast enough. But like I said, that base was a little stronger than I would have guessed. Stronger than most level 300s I see. Let's see if I got it. Yeah, so I got it first. The only issue is I lost 1,900 troops and I brought 21, so I'll have 200 troops wasted. I might as well, in case they're not actually watching, I'll just go hit... Actually, I won't just go hit a random taunter because it's probably going to choose... Oh no, that's fine. I'll hit a level 231. I thought I was going to pick one of the 400s. So you can choose between any of the taunters if you actually go to the menu. I was just going to see who they gave me. I can usually get multiple attacks off for these the teams around my rank. If they're top 300, I usually do not get 2 attacks off. Although it's kind of surprising, sometimes you can get a lot of attacks in. And Hausen against bases that aren't really strong, he's actually a very fast dragon. So, like, this isn't a strong base, and he's actually pretty quick. He's got a faster normal speed than most hunters. The only thing that I do is I use chrono shift sometimes to get things down faster. I think that actually makes it faster than if I were to do it without using chrono shift and just keep going at normal speed. And I'm not sure I would have gotten through all those farms. So let's see if that one counted. Doesn't really matter, it's only 200 troops. Ideally I would have brought the correct amount, but I didn't run the numbers or anything like that. So that's how you attack a castle. I was able to get both off, and that's perfectly fine. Glory, I have a decent amount on the season. Got 18 chests from that. My season glory is 1.461 million. It's pretty decent. They just extended the season, so I'm trying to get some more glory for the Atlas Rider. Like I said, though, what I'm really looking for is to attack someone that's got like 20,000 troops on a destroyer. So I'm really looking for that, but I don't see a ton of those. But if you look around at access castles, you'll find them. I'm not really going to look around, but basically if you just go along either no man's land or here, the neutral zone, then you just see the access castles, go to click it. I'm not actually going to any of these, but you just go through and you can look at all of these and see what kind of troop counts they have. And that's the way I do it when I'm not going to no man's land. I don't go to Allegheny right now because it's very laggy, and I've had very mixed success since it's been very laggy, and I'm hopeful that they'll get that figured out, but right now they don't, so I'm not going to worry about it. So what I just do is I snipe castles, or I go to random no man's land areas and snipe people off there, which is also an easy thing to do, and I'll make a video on that as well, because there's a few different strategies you can use there. As far as attacking castles go, it's pretty. I think that was pretty straightforward, but yeah, as long as you have more troops than the taunter with the most troops, then you can attack whoever you want on their list. So if their highest level taunter or their highest taunter has 6,000 troops, and you're bringing 6,100, then you can choose anybody to attack, which is why if they've got a taunter with 6,000 troops and a destroyer with 20,000 troops, you can bring 6,100 troops, although I think I would bring more than that. I'd have to run the numbers, but at least 6,600 troops for one attack. You could hit the destroyer, and that's the way you get the most glory. And you can also go with a trapper to snipe a castle if they have a sieger there. I like to do that because I get more glory that way. It's not more glory per troop, but like if I bring 8,000 troops on a trapper and hit a sieger with, 20,000, I'm still getting a good amount of glory. I think in that case I would get somewhere around 10,000 glory. And if I had used a sieger there, I would probably have brought, I want to say 5,000-ish troops, give or take, because the defense power is so low on a sieger. So I would have brought 5,000 troops, and I would have hit, with 5,000, I think I probably would have killed off about 18,000 troops, maybe. I'd have to run the numbers on that. That's just off the top of my head. But somewhere around 18,000 troops, and I'd get maybe 7,000, 7,500 glory. So that would be good, but if you're trying to get the most amount of glory per attack, rather than like most economical troop-wise, and I'm just trying to get the most glory possible as quickly as possible, I'm not as concerned about troops, although I will revive troops. So, I mean, it does matter because you're still burning off some excess troops, but I think that's the way to go. Anyways, I hope you learned something from this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe for my future War Dragons attacks, and have a great day.